Hey. Can I tell you something honestly? The first night you power on the Marantz PM6007, you don't analyze it. You feel it. This isn't for someone casually throwing music in the background. This is for you if you sit down to listen. If you actually care about tone, separation, texture. If you've started noticing when sound feels flat or compressed and you can't unhear it anymore. Before we go any further, check the current price and availability. Gear like this doesn't sit untouched forever, and when it shifts fast. You probably reached that point where your old receiver started sounding tired. Maybe it was convenient. Maybe it was bundled. But you knew something was missing. The detail in vocals. The weight in the low end. The way instruments should breathe instead of blur together. When you move to the Marantz PM6007, there's this quiet moment of realization. The music opens up. The 45 watts per channel don't scream for attention, they deliver clean, controlled power. You notice the space between instruments. You notice how vocals sit right where they're supposed to. It's not louder. It's more honest. Picture this, late at night, lights dimmed, vinyl spinning or your DAC feeding in a high-resolution track. You lean back, and suddenly the room feels bigger. Or you're working from home, streaming jazz or acoustic sessions, and everything sounds refined instead of digital and harsh. Even simple playlists feel elevated. You're not just hearing sound, you're experiencing performance. And here's the part people don't talk about enough. Once you get used to this level of clarity and warmth, going back feels wrong. Every time you consider a cheaper alternative, something inside you knows it won't give you that same depth. That's loss you'd feel immediately. If you're thinking about it, don't wait for stock swings or odd price changes. When you know, you know. Maybe you're wondering if 45 watts is enough. It is, because they're clean watts. Controlled, musical, intentional. Pair it with quality speakers and you'll understand why raw numbers don't tell the whole story. The built-in high-quality DAC is another surprise. You plug in digital sources and realize you don't need a pile of extra boxes to get refined sound. And there's something else, ownership pride. You feel different when you own something engineered with this level of care. The brushed finish. The weight. The simplicity of the controls. It doesn't beg for attention. It earns it. It brings warmth without mud. It delivers clarity without sharpness. It separates instruments beautifully. It makes vocals feel alive. It turns casual listening into intention. It's not for massive home theater setups. It won't rattle walls like a club amp. But that's not why you're here. At some point, you stop comparing specs and start choosing the sound you actually want to live with. You've outgrown the compromise phase. You're not the person who settles for good enough anymore. Don't let this be one of those upgrades you keep postponing and then regret every time you sit down to listen. Check the current price, make the call, and finally hear your music the way it was meant to be heard.